Rastafari culture. It's freedom. It's liberation. In Jamaica, the history of the movement is such that after slavery was abolished, you had a lot of ex-slaves who were now not tended to, not cared for. They had to figure out how to live, where to go, what to do. And at this time, we are hearing rumors of a king being crowned in Africa, a king being crowned in Ethiopia. And Ethiopia, historically, is one of the oldest nations in the world. And there's a king being crowned there today in a colonial world. Okay, we as ex-slaves in Jamaica want to know more about him. His name is Haile Selassie, but his birth name is Tafari. And just as you would have a governor or a duke, he was the duke of a city. So he became Ras Tafari. And thus, we got our name from this young man, Rastafari, who was the crowned king of Ethiopia. Why is that symbolic? Well, we had never heard of a king in our time as slaves, and we dreamt of Africa. We wanted to know where we were from and if it was possible to go back there, because this place where we found ourselves, it wasn't home. You know, the language, the food, the treatment, it wasn't home. So we had dreams of a Zion, similar to how you would hear Jewish people speak about a Zion. Reggae music came about at a time when the world was open to ideas. And I say open with a lot of refrain. You have a lot of black and white conversations happening. You have the civil rights movement happening in America. At one point, Martin Luther King even came to Jamaica. And when he came to Jamaica, my grandfather wasn't there though. He was over here in America. After MLK came from Jamaica and came back to the States was when he started to be very vocal about the Vietnam War and the fact that he didn't support it, and a lot of his ideas started to shift. Studying this, I wondered how much impact the Rastafari movement had on the civil rights movement via Martin Luther King. Because even though it was born from ex-slaves in Jamaica trying to find a way forward to Africa, these feelings that we were feeling were happening all over the world. Wherever there was a concentration of ex-slaves or black people, we were exposed to the same kind of culture. So reggae music was a voice for Rastafari, but it really was a voice for the oppressed soul that was existing in people all over the world today. And the black man was the first one to say it, but it's by no means limited to skin color anymore.
No, it's certainly.